G'day, I'm Ray. Welcome to another no-nonsense, straight-talking video from All About Expat Life in Thailand. About stuff that already affects, may affect, or will affect your life in Thailand. This is the latest news on the cannabis dilemma in Thailand. I found this article, which I will read most of and modify some of, in the Bangkok Post. That's the bangkokpost.com. Before we continue, if you're in Chiang Rai and finding it difficult to open a bank account and get your visa sorted, Jen can help. For a small fee, Jen will help you open your bank account and gather all the documents that you will need to submit your visa application. When that is done, you have two choices. You can go to the immigration office and file the application yourself, or two, you can pay someone to represent you at the immigration office. If this is your choice, Jen will introduce you to a trusted associate who will take you to the immigration office and speak on your behalf. Also, Jen can help you if you want to learn basic conversational Thai, or if you simply need an English-speaking driver you can trust. Jen's contact details are in the video description. Now, let's get on with the topic. The story headline reads, New Cannabis Bill Restricts Freedoms. Okay, here we go. The new cannabis bill grinding its way through Parliament toughens penalties and includes jail terms for growing, selling and importing without a license, and for marketing and advertising the drug that was delisted as a narcotic in June 2022. So, growing as much as you want, it seems, will soon be over. I wonder what happens with the people, and I'm sure there are many, my wife included, who already registered, and how many plants they would grow. Anyway, continuing. But its most controversial provision is the imposition of fines for recreational smoking, even in one's home. This has drawn condemnation from many, including long-time cannabis legislation advocate and entrepreneur Chokwan Kitty Chapaka. From here on, I'll just call her Kitty. Kitty said the whole discussion about medical and recreational is too black and white. Say if I have a joint, I smoke about an inch of it and it helps my migraine. I can now sit and work for another 2 hours reading documents and researching. But if I smoke the second inch of that joint, since it is no longer have the migraine, does that make it recreational? That's a good question. I have to wonder though, if they enforce the law of no product with more than 0.2% THC being available, there'll be no recreational use. We should also be able to grow what we use in our household, said Kitty. This new bill does not allow for homegrown, does not allow for home use of the homegrown. If you grow, you need to sell. And to sell, of course, you need a license. But if one can't grow anyway, what license? Kitty went on to say, if you want to use, you need to buy. So it really shows the amount of rights that they are trying to remove from us. Asked about the reported raft of complaints about cannabis smoking, she said, I could not find a phone number to call to make a complaint. It is so hard to even get someone on the other end of the phone to ask any questions or tell them, hey, there's an unlicensed shop selling in front of a school, or something like that. There's no way for you to actually make complaints. The ability to control what she calls bad actors is one reason legislation is necessary, she says. Another is financial. With the Thai Chamber of Commerce expecting the value of the cannabis industry to hit 43 billion baht in 2025, a new law is needed for investors to feel safe. And in my opinion, there you have it. It's not about addiction, death and violent crime. It's about money. Moving along. And for those worrying that the new law's intention is to shut down the industry, Kitty says it is now too established for that. You can drive down the expressway and you see like Dr. CBD or CBD water. You go to 7-Eleven, you see cannabis water. It is slowly integrated into Thailand, no different than, like, say, alcohol or sweets or snacks. Kitty said, I would say that within this year, we'll probably see some of these companies going into the stock exchange. There really is no going back. In reality, she said, the bill represents a power struggle to see who or which government department will own cannabis for the next 5 years. Kitty said it's not about cannabis, it's about political positioning, more like a pawn that they can use or kind of exchange or move around. For many people, the biggest question is whether the ban on recreational smoking is going to be enforced along with the 60,000 baht fine. Again, I wish I could ask Kitty how there'd be any recreational smoking if one can only purchase weed containing less than 0.2% THC. Kitty said, at least there's no criminal charges. I would say that it's more of a deterrent, which equals more than shakedowns. Then she said, you know, this is Thailand. Corruption is so rampant that it's not funny. Don't forget that because it has been delisted, it is no longer something that the police can shake you down for. And that, my friends, is less money going in police pockets. Anyway, moving along. Kitty continued, they, the police, need to figure out a way to make money. Otherwise, the world just doesn't go around, Kitty said. Kitty was asked, what does that mean? A cop could be breaking your door down mid-spliff? She replied, that wouldn't happen because that in itself would hinder tourism. I don't think anyone would knock on your door if you're not blowing smoke through people's windows. The press will go, you can't use it recreationally. This doesn't mean that you'll stop people from using, but at least they'll go away from other people so that they don't get caught and not really bothering anyone. So it's not like arrests are going to increase or it will be any different than before legalization. We just have to kind of find our way around those rules and that come in, she concluded. Now, I fail to understand why Kitty thinks it will be any different than before legalization. Many people were imprisoned for marijuana offences before legalization. Is she saying that that will happen again? Tell me what you think in the comments. There's a link to this Bangkok Post article in the description, so feel free to click on it and read the article, but most of I read in its entirety. Okay, bye for now.